Morning guys, I'm going to make a small video today about why exactly we shouldn't buy Bitcoin. So, I generally don't push the conversation, but it'll get brought up, and I might say something. But this is some of the excuses I got. Now, excuse number one, I was talking to this young bloke and I said, look, you dabble in the share market and that. The shares aren't doing that well. And he lost a bit of money, he made a bit of money, he was a bit under, he didn't do too bad for a beginner. And I said to him, why have you looked at Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, altcoins? Have you looked at it? No. Why not? I said to him, that's just not my thing. I said, okay. I go, it's not doing too bad at the moment. It's just the start, there's a halving coming up. It's a good time to kick off. No, it's not my thing. Work that out. I couldn't. But I got into a bit of a deeper conversation with him, and it ends up being that he goes, digital currency is nothing, it's just an electrical circuit. I said, all right. So what is fiat currency? Isn't that just a piece of plastic paper? Sort of plastic. In Australia, it's sort of plasticky. Oh yeah, but everyone uses it. It's like, mate, have you checked the stats on the fiat currencies around the world lately? Not good. Well, what do you do? What else have I got written down here? I said to him, I did say to him, I said, look, mate, nothing else is quite performing like Bitcoin. Well, just in general, cryptocurrencies, nothing's quite performing like the currencies. They're the number one on the planet. But anyway, couldn't convince him. I said, I don't convince people. If they don't see it, they don't see it. Like, there's just some people out there you can't convince or you can't even talk to about it. So look, I also do. I enjoy my coin collecting, whether it's gold or silver or, I enjoy my coin collecting. I enjoy my whiskey. I enjoy my whiskey collecting, so each to their own. So what's my other excuse? This is a good one. So I see these guys at work, and I work in construction. They're talking about all the scams going on, and I said, have you guys looked into crypto? Bitcoin. And they said, yeah, we had a friend and he made a lot of money out of it. I believe it, because I know some people personally that have done bloody well out of it. I know one, get this, he put everything into this super duper safety, like his Bitcoin was safe. Let me tell you, it was safe. He lost the passwords. Yep. And it's still sitting there on his computer. He can't get access to it. No one can get access to it. He's lost it. I said, mate, what do you say to that person? He's calculated how much he's got in there because he knew how many coins. He's got millions in there. Millions. Just sitting there. Lost access. I don't know what I'd do to myself over that. Maybe cry a lot. I don't know. But all right, I'm talking to these people. I go, yeah, our friends made good money out of it. I said, fair enough. I go, have you thought about, look, I wouldn't mind getting a bit of a group. And, when you know people, you feel safer talking with them. I don't feel safe talking to people I don't know. I know these guys. And I said to them, well, every Friday, I'll teach you what I know. Not like it's much, but it's a good kickoff. I've made my mistakes. I've had my successes. And I was just lucky to have entered when I did. Everyone's going, what was that, a year ago, 2 years ago? No, it was about 2 months ago. And everything since then has been going up. I think the only one wasn't too happy with was Sui. So I got rid of Sui and went in a different direction. remember what I swapped Sui for Solana. But anyway, these guys said to me, I said, look, once a week we can get together and have a bit of a chat, I'll teach you the security levels on it and, this and that. And, then if you can get your friend on board who's way more experienced than I am, we can pick his brain too, Oh, nah. I've got a sick mother, and I'm not very smart, and one Bitcoin costs too much. Okay, mate, you don't buy one Bitcoin, you buy a Satoshi, and you build up to one Bitcoin, hopefully, if it doesn't go way past, our ability. And, oh, nah. And I'm thinking, you watch. Your friend tried to convince you. I didn't say this to him. This is what I thought. Your friend tried to convince you to get into Bitcoin. You rejected it. He made a mint out of it. You just watched it. And you said, at work, he said to me, I wish I had got into it then. And I said to him, okay, mate, again, we're approaching a halving. It's going to skyrocket soon. Oh, is it? Got really excited. I thought, oh, he might come in, on a Friday, have a steak dinner. And sorry, vegans, I love my meat. Have a steak dinner, have a couple of bit of whiskey, No, my mother's sick and I'm not smart at that sort of thing. I can't afford a full Bitcoin. I thought, that's it. No worries. Yeah. You're going to kick yourself again, I thought. But I once they get to that point, I don't push it. In my own family. I sit down with my family, they're against it. It's a scam, but they watch mainstream media. Bitcoin's a scam, Bitcoin's this, Bitcoin's that. Elizabeth Warren said. Elizabeth Warren. Then I got a third friend. He got involved. And what happened there was, again, everyone's watching one guy. This was on a different building site, and he did really well out of it also. Paid off his house in Sydney. Now, if anyone here knows Sydney real estate prices, that's a big thing. And so my friend decided to jump in. Now, who has heard that story was when someone jumps in at the right time that knows what they're doing, right? They jump at the bottom of the graph, right? Of the stampede. They'll jump in at the bottom, they'll stampede all the way up, then they sell. My friend jumped in nearly at the top, so he went up a little bit, then it collapsed. Anyway, it collapsed and he hung on for it. He hung on for it for at least a year and a half. And then I said to him, what are you going to do with it? He goes, oh, I don't know, I'll keep it. I said, all right. Next thing I know, I go, oh, Bitcoin's starting to go up. He goes, I sold mine. And I looked at him, I thought, you've kept it all this period. He never researched anything, he never watched anything, but he kept it for all this period. Then he just sold it right before the halving. It's starting to go up, and I'm looking at him thinking, I don't know what to say about you. You should have been putting money in now. No. But they're the mistakes people do, So my favourite chat about it is don't underestimate human emotion. Watch the herd. Herd goes right, you go left. You know what? That's an old military strategy. Oh, ex-military. You just got to watch the herd. And the power of manipulation, to manipulate people's feelings, emotions. To me, that's a large chunk of the market, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's stocks and shares. It's manipulating the mind. Propaganda, use of propaganda, use of anything, You really got to research into things. What else have I got here? that's about it today, guys. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I really needed to get that off my chest. Just the excuses people are using, and like I've done all right out of alcohol. I've done all right out of alcohol, but nothing like I call it. I'm literally making at Bitcoin at the moment, and my little gathering of altcoins. I could, if I withdraw on it, I could make a small income every week, nearly. You know, every week, confident. Every day here and there, I get a bit of a jumps down a bit, but I think the best I've done is probably about in a week, maybe about 1,500. Now I'm not withdrawing. I'm heavy on the hodl. I had a bit of a play at day trading. I didn't like it. I didn't like it when I did shares over. I wasn't big on the day trader. I'd research and then I'd put my money into something and I'd just hold. And that's what I'll be doing now with the Bitcoin hodl. Just holding, watching. I'm going to hold off a bit now. I'm going to, hopefully, the date I make this. I haven't got the date written down anywhere. I will in the future. I'm going to hold a bit. Hopefully it drops. Then I'll start putting a bit more money in. Wait, by the sounds of everyone that talks about it, I don't think it's going to be a big drop. But it's still, I'd rather have a bit of a drop. Makes me feel good when I buy for a little bit cheaper. Put a bit more in my pocket. But anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Hopefully, this was just a kickoff. I actually got a desk over there, which I've got to clean up a bit, so I didn't go to it. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Take it easy. All good. See you later.